Welcome back to 11 Alive Midday. It's a big day for Georgia voters. Early voting has officially started. We've already seen crowds of voters across parts of the metro making sure their voice is heard in this election between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. Today also marking 3 weeks to the day until the general election on November 5th. We have team coverage for you this midday. Ariana Manise out at the polls, talking to some of the voters casting their ballot. But let's start with Karis Belger with an update from the Secretary of State and other election officials. Karis?
Well, Secretary of State Raffensperger just finished his remarks less than an hour ago. He said that this election is on track to match 2020 in terms of early voting. In fact, as of 10/29, he says that across the state of Georgia, 71,000 people have already voted early. He spent a great deal of time before going into his remarks talking about how secure the electoral process was across the state, and also talking about a lot of the changes his office specifically had made over the last few years. He said he expects that this election will be similar in terms, or so will surpass 2020 in terms of early voting numbers. But he also mentioned that he also addressed a ruling from a Fulton County judge this morning, saying that election boards must certify election results. Now, here's a little bit of what he had to say earlier today.
If you want to vote absentee, make that decision today and get your request in. If you're going to vote early, take a look at your calendar and decide when you're going to vote early. And if you're going to vote on election day, decide what time. It's your choice, but please make a choice and figure out what your plan will be.
And that was reinforced multiple times from other election officials today, including Gabe Sterling. Now, I want to mention a question did come up about some technical difficulties with voting in Cobb County. Gabe Sterling specifically said that was isolated to a card attached to one or two machines, but that was being looked into. But again, he said that people who are planning to vote early should look at Georgia's My Voter page so that they can make a plan, but also avoid any potential delays. From the Capitol, I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
All right, Karis, thank you so much to Ariana Manise, now live from the Buckhead Library. You've seen a line of people there all day long, Ariana, people who made a plan and they're executing it today.
That is certainly right, Cheryl, and this line continues to grow here at the Buckhead Library, which is an early voting location for Fulton County voters. About 30 minutes ago, I spoke to the election manager here, and she says already over 550 people have voted already today to mark the first day of early voting. Now, we were here starting at 6:30. We saw that line forming before the polls opened at 7 a.m. this morning, and you see people are certainly eager to take advantage of the first day of early voting. Now, before you head off to vote, election officials, they are urging voters to make a plan and also check the state's My Voter page. It's where you can find and make sure that you're registered to vote, review your county sample ballot, and learn about other races that's on the ballot in addition to the presidential election. Now, election officials, they're urging voters to not wait until the last minute to vote, as they expect a historic turnout for what's shaping up to be competitive races all down the ballot. Now, we spoke to a voter who tells us that he tries to take advantage of early voting to avoid the long lines that you typically see on election day. Take a listen.
Because last time I waited, line going around the block, around the corner. Now I'm getting my vote in today, right now. I would say get out and find out, because what's going to happen is you're going to see something you don't like. Well, why are they doing that? Why we have? If you get out and participate, you can have a say so. You know, that's my thinking.
And you certainly see people taking advantage and participating in early voting. Now, in DeKalb County, we did see one issue where the election officials there in that county, they tell us that one of their poll pads at that location experienced a technical issue, and that was quickly resolved. And all the other poll pads, they are functional, and voters, they can go to the Emory University location. That's where that issue was happening. They can go there and continue to vote. Now, unlike Election Day, you can vote at any early voting location within your county, and you have until November 1st to take advantage of early voting before Election Day, which is November 5th. Reporting live from Buckhead, I'm Ariana Manise for 11 Alive. Back to you.
You made a great point, Ariana, about those down ticket races too. The presidential race gets all the attention, but a lot there on the ballot for everyone to consider. So very good point, Ariana. Thank you. So with Election Day now just 3 weeks away, we have a look at what some Americans see as their top issues. Roughly 40% say inflation is a top economic concern. A new bank rate survey finds more than half say the U.S. economy is on the wrong track. Inflation also the top issue among all age groups by a wide margin. Other top issues for the upcoming election include health care, affordable housing, jobs, government spending, and the cost of prescription drugs. For everything you need to know heading to the polls, you can text the word VOTE to the number here you see, 404-885-7600. We'll send you a link to our Metro Atlanta voter guide. We'll send it right to your phone, make it very easy for you. Again, just text the word VOTE to 404-885-7600.